In the past, we've taken a look at a few different type swap videos, and I love seeing them. I love seeing the creativity that artists have when they come up with different ways that Pokemon could be. So I was suggested this video by Moxie2D, and I messaged him. I said, can I react to this? And he's like, damn, that's a throwback. Also, yes. So we're going to take a look at changing Pokemon types and giving them backstories. Also, Moxie has one of my favorite art styles on the platform. Just fantastic. So if you haven't seen one of his videos before, you're going to be very impressed.
Type swap. In this video, we're taking random Pokemon and then drawing them as a brand new type and trying.
Okay, we gotta have Mewtwo in there. We have to have him.
Absolute best to make them fit into the Pokemon universe with a backstory that makes sense, stats, abilities, and a Pokedex entry. And make sure to stick around to the end to see what this Mewtwo looks like.
I can kind of, I mean, oof, what's it gonna be? It could be, maybe a fire type? Nah, it doesn't make any sense, actually. It's probably not a fire type.
Let's draw on the iPad today.
Ooh.
Hey, what's
That's
up?
a nice setup. That's a very pretty setup. Are we starting with
Moxie
Charizard?
here. Today, I feel like messing with some of our favorite Gen 1 Pokemon. Not you. We're using two
Hey, there's nothing wrong with Patterrz, okay? I think Patterrz gets a little bit too much smack talk. No wonder it's so angry in Legends Arceus and it wants to take your head off. No wonder it comes at you with the speed and ferocity of a scorned woman on her wedding day after she's been left at the altar. Patterrz is not that bad. It has two quad weaknesses, yes. It's a little mushroom guy, and he gets overtaken by fungus and turns into a zombie. Really, I mean, we should be giving Patterrz a little bit more love. Parasect is just a fungus thing. It's from The Last of Us.
random generators. One to generate the Pokemon and one to generate the type.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is truly random. Nice.
Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the future episodes, and let's just go. God, I'm like genuinely nervous. All right, screw it. I'm just gonna press the button. Haunter!
Haunter? Oh, that's why there's such interesting mons using this one, because it's just a random generator.
Oh, thank God it's someone good.
This could be an interesting one to use. It'd be so funny if we just like made him Ghost or Poison. Poison could be interesting
Okay,
though.
what type are we gonna get? Steel.
Oh, wait, that sounds tough. That genuinely sounds hard to do. A flying steel thing with two arms and no other body. It only has its heads and its arms or its hands. It's reminding me of something. I think this, Matang. Just turn it into Matang. There you go.
Okay, Steel is top 4 types. It's in my top 5, definitely. First up, Haunter as a Steel type. So probably like you just did, I pretty much just pictured a Haunter Steelix combination.
Oh, okay. No, I was thinking about Matang, but sure, yeah, I mean, Steelix works
Haunter
too.
completely covered in big sheets of metal. I started drawing Haunter basically as he is, but began to implement some of the heavy, chunky design aspects from Steelix's head. I was debating if his hands would actually be connected to his body. Would he?
Yeah, I think that, you know what would be cool if it had some kind of magnetism between the head and the arms to keep it like aloft. Because, I mean, a ghost, it's just a ghost. Of course, it's just going to have hands that float. I mean, it's a ghost. That's what ghosts do. But with Steel, you have a lot more of an interesting aspect to work with the magnets. And how do magnets work? Has anyone figured out how do magnets work?
Crawl around on them like a Heatran? Or is there a way he'd still be able to float? Are they some
Oh, his teeth are going to look, teeth going to look jagged like Steelix does.
connected with the magical powers of magnets? But then I remembered the old theory
We had the same idea. Thank you, Moxie.
about how Voltorb were actually just haunters that possessed Pokeballs and got stuck there forever. Have you ever
What? Is that really a theory?
noticed how they have the exact same eyes?
I think they just had limited artistic potential in Generation 1. They just had to reuse some eyes, you know? That's why Venomoth and Venonat don't really seem to get along, but like, Butterfree and Venonat, I mean, that makes sense. Maybe it was just a mistake.
Yeah, something's going on there. Maybe that's why they're always exploding and stuff. They just want out. But that was the connection.
True. I mean, that's the best way to get out is to, kiss your mouth.
Action I needed to make this transformation happen. So here's what I came up with. Here's how Haunter became a Steel type. From the top of the Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town, you can see the power plant. One Haunter decided to head down there to see what kind of trouble they could get up to, and found that they could scare trainers by possessing all the weird stuff in there. Eventually,
But he gets stuck inside of the metal machinery of the power plants.
lots of Haunter would head to the power plant. Some got stuck inside Pokeballs, becoming Voltorbs.
Okay.
Others would possess random scrap junk metal to scare trainers. They loved doing this so much that they would actually stay there. Some stayed so long that they fused with the metal they possessed, becoming Steel types themselves.
Damn. Damn, that's kind of cool though. That's interesting. I wonder if it's gonna remain a ghost type though, and it'll be steel ghost.
Initially, these
which is actually a really good type, and that's Aegislash's type.
new steel type haunters couldn't float because of how heavy they were. But the Magnemite and the Magneton in the area taught them how to use magnets to levitate just like before. All right, you ready to see them?
Oh, that's cute. Wait, they're just they couldn't lift themselves. They're just like on the ground, like a turtle that's been turned upside down. Wait, that's adorable.
There's our big steel boy.
Damn, look at that thing. That's so sick.
I decided to keep his base stat total the same, but these haunters became much more physically based, with high attack and defense. Because of their new bulky forms, they are a lot slower. They get to keep their levitate ability thanks to the Magnemite and the Magneton, and even learn a few new punch-based moves like Bullet Punch and Thunder Punch. I guess this means these haunters would evolve into Steel Gengars.
That's so cool. So going by the stats, obviously it's very powerful physically, and it loses a lot of its special potential, probably because it's been locked inside of a suit of armor, like a Full Metal Alchemist little brother. And then we have low speed, but it's made up for by the Bullet Punch. It's got Iron Head. I mean, that's pretty good. What's its ability? Oh, wait, is the ability on here? Is the ability on? Oh, it's Levitate. Oh, it's still Levitate because of the magnetism, of
Would
course.
evolve into Steel Gengars.
Haunter, the possessed steel Pokemon. Haunter from Lavender Town traveled north to the power plant to scare trainers by possessing junk metal. These Haunters stayed there so long that they got stuck that way.
Who's next?
That's so cute. I love that. That's really cool.
Golem.
Golem's going to be an interesting one because you can do a lot with this, I feel. There's a lot of potential with Golem because it is just a big circle with a head and arms and
Now,
legs.
you already have an Alolan form, but it didn't really change your design much, so I'm just gonna roll with it. I get it.
I just love how he has a base set Charizard just chilling there. I also have a base set Charizard, but it's in a little PSA casing. I got it graded. It's just really cool.
Random type. Dark type.
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't even know. Yeah, how'd you approach that?
Dude, things are getting spooky up in here. Oh, I got an idea already. Golem is a dark type. Once again, I'm
Okay.
just starting with some basic circles. I mean, what else do you expect with Golem? I surrounded him with his own floating rocks and gave him this dark, shadowy fire aura.
So is he going to remain a rock type
I
then?
started giving him more of a skeleton head with horns, but I felt like it was going a bit too far. It's hard not to cross the line into ghost type while designing dark Pokemon. I found myself kind of thinking of Houndoom while I was doing this. I ended up pulling it back.
Whoa. Okay, this does look demented. This looks like a cornate creature, like a demon from Warhammer 40k.
A little bit. I pulled inspiration from the myriad of dark and shadow golem enemies from your traditional fantasy RPGs, but I still wanted it to tie back into what Golem is, you know? Here's some weird Golem facts for you. Golem sheds its skin every year.
What? It sheds... I mean, the skin's just the rocks, right? Oh, what lies underneath the rocks on the outside, though?
Its skin being its rock shell. It also somehow uses explosion to bounce itself from mountain to mountain.
What? Okay, that's kind of sick, though.
By the way, have you seen those Japanese artworks of the
Oh my god, it's just dead. It's just dead. That's awful. I mean, it's kind of funny, though. It is dead, though. The golem doesn't seem that upset that it's dead. The coughing seems a little bit concerned. Like, oh no, wait, I'm now in a million pieces. Golem's just kind of hanging out, big
Pokemon
chilling.
exploding? They literally explode into pieces. It's nuts. Well then, what happens to a golem who explodes too many times? Well, here's what I decided. Here we go. Some golems explode so many times.
Oh, I like it. It has the cracked rock like coming off of it. It's battle damaged. Maybe its form changes after it's been in so many battles that it begins to almost fall apart.
Their body can't put itself back together. It takes a lot of energy to be able to explode yourself like that so many times. Maybe even the energy of a star or a black hole. Yep. This
Oh, black hole. That's really cool.
dark type golem is a black hole with
That's
the shell of
sick.
its former self floating just outside its event horizon, barely holding itself together.
Damn, that's a really, really cool idea,
Check 'em
man.
out. These little sprites are the best. This golem form is basically the opposite of what it used to be. It has huge offenses, basically no defenses left to speak of, and its speed doubled. I want to
It has no defenses because it has no shell left. Okay, it still has very good offense, it has decent speed, it has a special ability Cosmic Exploder, notable moves Explosion. I mean, can you still even explode at this point? If you explode too many times, maybe you'll just die.
give this thing its own special ability. It should be able to use explosion and self-destruct as many times as it wants to without dying. Cosmic Exploder changes those two moves to dark type and will always leave the user on 1 HP. Broken.
Oh my god. Oh, wait, that's sick. So you can use Explosion, it'll leave you on 1 HP. That's really cool. And you have enough speed to take advantage of the fact that you're now on 1 HP. You'll have things like Shell Smash. Oh, I'm just imagining the Shell Smash Explosion combination where you have a Focus Sash and you Shell Smash, you get hit, takes it under 1 HP, you explode, but your ability keeps you alive and turns it into a Dark type move. This genuinely would be really sick. That's a really cool idea. Oh, I can already imagine. It would make Explosion actually a usable move for at least one Pokemon. Because does anyone really use Explosion outside of like meme attacks? Not really.
Give him access to some new special moves like Dark Pulse, and let's give him Shell Smash. That'd be so OP. Shell Smash, then spamming Explosion. God.
Also, the form changing idea is cool. You have to reduce Explosion to 0 PP, which would be hard because if you go to a Pokemon Center, it restores your PP, so you just need to spam revives on it until it has 0 Explosion PP.
Black Hole Pokemon. Golem that explode too many times eventually put out so much power that they collapse in on themselves, becoming a black hole. They became numb to their explosions and often go off without any reason.
By the way,
Damn,
comment
that's
what
really
Pokemon
sick.
you'd want to see type swapped and what type you want them to be swapped to, and maybe I'll do another video. Why not? I'll feature your comment and draw your idea. And hit like while you're down there. All right, we're doing at least one.
All right, you got me, fine. I was hoping it'd be the one to take over to 50k. That would really be sick, but unfortunately not today.
One more. And I'm nervous again. I don't know why I didn't get nervous for Golem. All right. Oh,
Lapras.
Lapras. Yes,
Aww.
Lapras has so much potential. Please be a good type. Please be a good type.
Grass.
Sick. That's a cool.
Ooh, Flying Lapras. It's going to be Appa. It's going to be Appa from Avatar. I already
Something a bit
see.
more lighthearted. Lapras is a
This is actually such a good type in to turn it into as well because it's like going from a boat to a plane, right?
flying type. We're going to get really loose on Lapras, focusing more on long lines, bigger shapes, not so many circles this time. I'm thinking more like a longer Dragonair kind of shape, not that quite that long, a bit more majestic with massive wings, huge wings. I'm almost
To
feeling
transport many
like
people.
Togetic meets Dragonair. Turning Lapras's fins into wings seems like the easy option here, and that means 4 wings. Cool. You know what? Because of all these swirls, I think I'm going to make a part fairy as well. I think that's
This is just like if rampant capitalists found out that flying is faster than taking boats, so that it was like, oh, we should just do genetic experiments on Lapras and turn it into a plane instead of a boat, and we can make more money that way.
Lapras's personality quite a bit. And if she's going to be part fairy, oh, yeah, I'm sticking to it. Let's make a little horn nub become a complete full-sized unicorn horn. So how did Lapras become a
nice.
flying type? Well, here it is. I went diving into the Pokedex entries, and apparently Lapras are really helpful Pokemon. They actually ferry people around because they want to. So they're really nice to people. But Lapras gets hunted, like, nearly to death. Like, they're nearly extinct. That's why there's so few of them. So here's where the story begins. Because of this overhunting, Lapras were forced from the seas. Because of their positive outlook, they looked to the skies. Over a long period of time, Lapras grew wings by diving underwater and jumping. The bigger the jump, the closer they got to flying. They evolved wings in the same way bipedal animals did. Just keep jumping.
Wait, that's how you evolve wings? Is that true? And for
Now,
true?
whales dive out of the water. Is it whales that do that? They were forced to dive and jump more and more from the hunters to get away. And the bigger their flippers were, the further they could go. Till eventually, they were able to fly. All right, let's have a look at her.
That's so cool. Oh, look at this thing. That is adorable.
Flying.
Look at this. It's all the same color too. That's really cute. Flying fairy
And
type.
Fairy Lapras. I wasn't sure about the pink because I thought it might be too different, so I changed it back to blue. But I think I regret that. Not sure. Let me know what you think. Once it escaped from the humans hunting it all the time, its need for super high defenses and super high HP was lowered a lot. It unlocked great speed due to these new wings.
Lapras.
Hold on, I need to go over its stats. So it has good special attack and good speed, so it is obviously a lot more offensive than the original Lapras with lower defenses and lower HP. Has Gale Wings as its hidden ability, as well as Anticipation and Serene Grace that you can combo with Sky Attack, because Sky Attack flinches. For some reason, Sky Attack flinches. I'm not really sure why. I guess it has to have some kind of bonus because it is a 2-turn move. Gale Wings is really good if you have like Power Herb, Sky Attack, or something along those lines. That could be good. And the way to change form is to reduce the PP of dive to 0 while surfing on Lapras, which is an interesting way to do it too. I like how there's so many creative ways to change the form. The fact that there's even a form change scenario like in here is very creative as well,
Super
but
high
that's
HP
really cool.
was lowered a lot. It unlocked great speed due to these new wings.
Lapras, the transport Pokemon. This gentle, helpful Pokemon was forced from the waters after being almost hunted to extinction. They eventually grew wings and took to the skies. They forgave
So sad.
humans and occasionally returned to the ground to help those in need.
Aw, it's really
Bonus
precious.
round. That's the
Bonus
next day, and
rounds!
I kind of felt like doing another one. I know I'm breaking the whole Nintendo rule of 3 thing here, but well, shut up. This is fun. I'm probably going to regret this, aren't I? Oh boy.
It's gonna be me too. There it is! Fire, there it is. Go on, it's time.
Shit.
Here we go.
Hello?
Take on one of the most iconic Pokemon in the entire franchise. And honestly, I could see him turn into a fire type. The rage at humans is bubbling up within him and is unleashed as his body turns and sparks a flame and he spontaneously combusts. But it doesn't hurt him because he's so strong.
Why have I never even thought to draw this before? What an awesome idea. So I broke my own rule here and started drawing his head first. I was just too excited, okay? My immediate reaction was to give him traits from fire types around Kanto. I gave him Magmar's little ear horns and figured he'd have mostly the same body, but I wanted his hands or forearms to be lit up, kinda like Mega Blaziken, but more compact and dense.
Well, in theory, I guess this works because it's a genetic Pokemon, right? It has all the DNA of Pokemon within it. It has the DNA of Mew within it, and Mew can obviously transform into anything. So the corrupted, distorted version of transforming into a Pokemon is to absorb that Pokemon's traits. Maybe since he was in the Pokemon mansion and there's a lot of fire types within the Pokemon mansion, maybe he breaks free from his chains and absorbs the traits of the fire types around him and then making him burst into flames. That's a cool idea.
Decided his chest piece would have the appearance of being on fire, like it's made out of that shape, but isn't actually on fire. Sort of to break up the design a bit. And of course, he needs the trademark Generation 1 tail on fire thing. I also gave him an extra toe to kind of feel more like a mammal, I guess. I don't know about mammal, just less alien, you know? Damn, I am happy with that sketch. Anyway,
yeah, it's pretty
how
good.
Is there a fire Mewtwo? I hear you ask. So a lot of people seem to think that there's only one Mewtwo, but actually, there are apparently at least two Mewtwo out in the world. The one in the Genesect movie is a different Mewtwo than the one in the Mewtwo Strikes Back movie.
Wait, really? I had no idea.
We also know that originally Team Rocket had tried and failed multiple times to create Mewtwo. How did they fail exactly? Well, it's Team Rocket, so there's probably a few reasons, but well, I'm about to make one up. One of those failed experiments involved accidentally including extra DNA in the mix. There was some left over from fire Pokemon, like Charizard and Magmar. The Mewtwo that was born from this accidental experiment became exclusively fire type and bore features from fire Pokemon from the Kanto region. This is why
That's cool. I would imagine. For some reason, I was going to say, how did they mess up on making Mewtwo? Well, the experiment blew up and this Mewtwo was born, except it was on fire. Like Darby from My Hero.
it has Charizard's color scheme and Magmar's horns and pattern.
I love the little sprites. They're so cute. Oh, it looks like he's melting as well. Like his breastplate has melted and fallen down his torso slightly. That's so cool. Oh, and he has the hands. This is more of a physical. This is definitely a physical attacker, right?
Mewtwo speed.
Oh no, it's still, ooh, damn, those stats are insane. It has Drought as its hidden ability. It brings in a fiery inferno around it. Very low HP, actually. Very low HP. Very much an attacker.
Matches his classic psychic form, but he has even better attack and special attack, pulling deep from Charizard's DNA, taking Charizard Y's special stat. It even gets access to the Fire Starter signature move, Blast Burn. However, it also took the very low HP stat of Magmar and the average defenses of a regular Charizard. Its ability changed to Magmar's main ability.
I love how they're tying in the stats. He's tying in the stats of the story. He's saying that the Mewtwo got all the fire-type Pokemon DNA and thus absorbed the stats distribution as well, which is an interesting way to do it.
Same body, and its hidden ability is Charizard Y's Drought.
He must have thought a long time about how to make it 60 base stat total while using the stat total of different fire types around Kanto.
Mewtwo, the genetic Pokemon. This Mewtwo had its DNA accidentally combined with the fire types of Kanto. The result was a hyper-aggressive Mewtwo with energy it could not control. It burned itself and its laboratory down.
Damn.
Remember, hit the like button
Is
if
it
you
okay?
liked it and subscribe.
That was sick. Like I said, Moxie's art style is absolutely fantastic. Moxie makes a ton of amazing videos, including a Pokemon Nuzlocke anime that was uploaded 11 months ago, but it is a fantastic video. I'd highly encourage you all go and watch it, please. It is wonderful. And if you want to see more of my dumb face, then you can always subscribe here as well.